Welcome to another Epic Ethics story, part of the Daniel's Fun Ethics Initiative Elementary School program. As you listen to the story, consider the 4 awesome questions, inspired by the Rotary 4-way test. Is it true? Is it fair? Will it build friendships and community? Will it be helpful to those involved? Stay with us after the story for some thought-provoking discussion questions.
And now the story of Raccoon's Eyes and the Blind Man, a Micmac legend. At one time, there were 2 blind men who lived in a village. They were unhappy because they could not see and they could not help themselves. So, they sat on a log. That is where they decided they were going to stay. Glooscap, the great hero of the Micmac people, found them there one day and said, "What is wrong?" They replied, "Nobody wants us around. We can't take care of ourselves, and we can't help anybody else. So we are just going to stay here in the woods until we die." Glooscap made a wigwam for them. Then he gave them a rope and said, "Take this rope down to the river. Tie one end to a tree and tie the other end to your pail. When you want to drink, just throw the pail into the water and pull it back in." Now, Raccoon saw what was going on with the 2 men. "I'm going to have some fun with these 2 men," he said. When one of the men went for water at the edge of the river, he took the pail and threw it in the water. Raccoon was very quiet, and he sneaked down to the river and moved the pail over to the sand. When the blind man pulled the rope, there was no water in his pail, only sand. When he went back to his friend, he said, "It seems that our river has gone dry. There is only sand there. There is no water." But the other man didn't believe him. He said, "I think you are just too lazy. You probably didn't go for water at all. You just pretended to go for water." But the other man said, "No, I'm telling you the truth." By this time, Raccoon had come back and put the pail back in the water. When the second blind man went down to the river, he came back with water. He was angry. "See? I brought water. You are just too lazy. You just didn't want to go for water," he said. The men started to fight. Raccoon noticed that they were cooking supper. There were 4 pieces of meat in the pot. Then Raccoon stole 2 pieces of the meat and went and hid himself. When the first man went to the pot, he took out 2 pieces of meat and began to eat. When the second man went to serve himself, there was no meat left for him. Once again, he became very angry.
"It is bad enough how you are lazy and you don't want to get water, but now you even steal my supper. There is no meat here. I only took 2 pieces of meat. There should still be 2 pieces of meat left," the other man said.
So Raccoon got the men to fight again, while he sat back and laughed at them. Glooscap came along and asked them, "Why are you fighting?"
"Oh," said the second man, "he is so lazy that he doesn't want to go for water. He said there was no water, but when I went down to the river, there was lots of water. Not only that, but he took my supper. I have nothing to eat."
Glooscap looked around. He saw Raccoon rolling around on the ground and laughing. Glooscap knew then what was going on. Glooscap went to the camp where the fire was, and he took out a coal. He took the coal and marked a black circle around Raccoon's eyes. He said, "This is for the 2 pieces of meat you stole from the 2 blind men. You will always have that mark to show you are a thief. You will be known as a thief wherever you go." Next, Glooscap took the coal and drew 4 rings around Raccoon's tail. "This is for the times you made the men fight. And you will remember, because Glooscap's marks on your tail will stay with you wherever you go. That is why, even to this day, Raccoon has these marks. He looks like a bandit." The end. Discussion questions. Why do you think the men in this story are unhappy? One blind man thinks the river is dry when he pulls up a bucket of sand. The other thinks his friend is just lazy. How could they have figured out the truth without a fight? When have you been in an altercation because of a misunderstanding? When have you played a joke that caused a conflict? How does it make you feel when someone pulls a prank on you? When is it fun? When is it not? How can we use our anger towards achieving peace and building community? Can you tell of a time where a friend falsely accused you of something? How did you repair your friendship? Have you ever gotten angry at someone but then realized there was no need for your anger? What would have been a better response than your outburst?
This has been an Epic Ethics recording, generously sponsored by the Daniels Fund Ethics Initiative. We'd also like to thank Colorado Rotary District 5450 for your service above self and support of peaceful schools. For more information about the Epic Ethics program, or to bring this program to your elementary school, contact us at www.epicethics.org.